Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself. I'm Charlie Perry, along with my co host, Marvin, Coach M100 Speller, the newest, latest, greatest author of all time. He hit it going, you know, right from the start, boom, off and running like a old Carl Lewis sprinting in the Olympics, man. He just took off, and
I take off.
this this book, Unpacking Grief, Shattered to Onward, Marvin David Speller. We've been talking about this book for a few weeks and a few months rather, and I am glad that it's on my shelf. And the best thing is, I hate to tease you guys, but if you have a paperback book, I have a hardcover book. And this book just looks amazing no matter what. But this hardcover is just something special. I don't know. It's I like a paperback book if it's something that you know I'm gonna throw in my backpack. I'm not throwing this one in my backpack. That's for sure. This one's gonna stay home and some easy reading in the morning. That's what I like about it because when I'm drinking my coffee, I actually just open a book and start off with my reading. So what's up, man? What's going on, Coach?
Man, thank you. And I'll talk a little bit more about my appreciation. I finally got my author copies. It's
Mm,
funny. I feel
yep.
like I'm the last one to get the book.
Yeah.
You believe that? So I had I had the, I had the rough copies, but I never had my own
Mm.
formatted copy in book form yet. So I just got it today. I've been kind
Um.
of putting a lot of pressure on me. Like, I need my book just
Yeah.
because I've got a bunch more copies coming out because um, I'm gonna shoot some out to some family and friends.
Good. Good. And I got this pointer from an author. He said that I never thought about it, but I did it, and he signed his own book. He put an autograph to himself in his own book,
Oh, I
and
love that.
yeah, I like that idea. So
You
maybe,
write
maybe,
yourself your own little letter.
yeah, and
Yeah, I love that, man.
especially when it's your first copy, the one you have right now. So yeah, it's a good suggestion, and
Yeah, I
it's
like that. What I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep this as a reference, like when I talk to people and all that. Um,
yeah,
especially
let it,
when I go around and as I'm going around talking to people, I get to pull it out and questions come out and go straight to where it is.
yeah,
So I'll keep my author copy as that. But my other copies, I like that suggestion. I'm going to sign that as well.
hmm yeah. You can keep that one book around and watch it get all curled up and bent around the corners and
But
creases and yeah.
that to me is like it's showing love.
hmm
You
yeah.
know.
It's it's a good thing being an author, and I'm so glad that
Thank you.
you have joined us, man. And it's a great feeling.
Hey,
Um,
on your last page in the book,
yeah,
how many pages does it say that you
it
have?
would say based on the numbered pages, it says no, that's the planner. I don't want that. Oh yeah, I do want the planner. I have 91 pages at the edge of the planner. Then it
Right.
goes into your acknowledgments.
Yep, that's what I see too. Okay, about the author.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
um I actually can't find I printed a picture of you and Kristen long time ago.
Yeah, I saw you printed that.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, every day I'm kind of reading. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna read quite a bit of it because I have pretty close to an hour and a half before I leave my on my bus route, and so that's what I'm gonna be doing every morning till I complete it. And Michelle Perry says, "Congratulations, Coach."
Oh, thank you, Michelle. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that.
She's, yeah, we'll be up. All right, Coach. I'm gonna play that video that you posted just a few days ago,
Okay.
and only because
You
it's a
got this
good.
on live, right?
Yeah, we're on live,
Okay, great.
and I'm gonna actually share it while this video is playing. I'm actually gonna make sure the podcast is on your page on Facebook. All right, let's see. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. I just wanted to come on and just share a couple of thoughts and all that. You know, it's been 1 week since my book has launched, and it's doing very well. And it's doing so well that I'm very grateful just having this experience, the whole experience of launching a book and really an opportunity to share with the whole world. And I wanted to come on briefly and just thank everybody for all the support prior, uh, during the writing, and then the after the book has launched. So, and it's been very well received, and I'm just getting started. Um, my motto is millions served. So I wanted to come on and just share that it's doing very well, and you know there's millions of households. I love this book to be in just about every household. Everyone goes through this thing of losing someone close to them. So I thought in my heart of heart to share something that can make a difference in the lives of many. Um, so this is why I wrote the book. So unpacking grief, shattered to onward. It's a memoir, goes into acknowledgments and tools that can help, and then a nice little bonus at the end. So thank you all, spreading and sharing my love with you all, and have a wonderful day. And just want to come on, just really, you have no idea how much I appreciate you all. So I'll share this and more to share, and just thank you so much. To whom much is given, much is required. That's my motto as well. So thank you so much.
All right. So great video, great post, great.
Thanks,
You
Charlie.
know, those are very, very important. Especially sometimes we don't reach everybody right away. So quick reminders on marketing and marketing your book and make sure that's available. And also the appreciation that you shared in that video is a plus. It just people like hearing that, even though they know how sincere and grateful you are. But that message just to say thank you is great. You
No, I appreciate that, man. You know how I do things. You know,
uh,
it's important. I mean, you do what you do. I do what I do.
hmm
It's important to connect with people. And I was
yeah,
talking with someone about an hour ago, and I said, you know, we're very wired for giving love and receiving love because once we remove all the other stuff that we got going on, the one thing that's left is love.
mhm.
And you notice we're so wired for that. So it's kind of what I feel. But yeah,
Yeah. The I My good friend Melissa and Renee, they had a good celebration this past week. I didn't go,
hmm
but family, you know, all got together, and it was pretty nice and big, and especially when you see the young or their son, you
hmm
know, remember when he was 10 and 11 years old, and here he is, graduating and moving on to higher education.
right.
Special moments, and I mention those special moments because um, this is a special moment in your life with this book.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely, brother.
it's we got to make memories, and you're making memories. You know, the feedback and the conversation. I like to visit that. All the different comments, all the different reviews, and
Right.
kind of review it live. Uh, and it would be great to have someone else talk about your book on this.
Yeah. Where you and I talked about how many people you can have on.
Four. It's
Um,
so it'd be me, yourself, and two more. The craziest thing is that I went to go see before I had 10, um, but the subscription prices went up to over $100. I mean, I said, "Wow, where'd this come from?"
wow.
The platform hasn't. It's added some things, but it's not something that would be so so pricey. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. Unless they're paying for the AI clips, now we can do that. In fact, I'll do it after this podcast, where it's going to and break down the different segments of our conversation right now, and it will make it into little video shorts, and which
That's
would be
cool.
awesome for the YouTube page. You
Hmm.
know,
Okay.
uh, let's see. Michael says
Yeah,
hello.
'cause you
What's
have
up,
more
Mike?
posts. What's up, Michael? How you
Yeah,
doing?
man. How you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, you could have more posts that way.
Yeah. So
I sent the link to Liz as well. I texted her. I don't know. I think she may be trying to join
oh
soon.
yeah, I don't see her yet, but
Okay. Wow. Four total. Okay. You know that
unless you and I, we could you
that
know,
platform I
we
have.
can do. Yeah. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead,
said
Marvin.
that platform may be able to hold up to 10. I'll check.
Then we can do that. We can actually be able to
Yeah, that'd
you
be cool.
know where you would do the production on your end,
Hmm.
and then we'd go from there. I definitely would like to hear that and see that.
I think
Where
it'd be
people.
fun. I think if anything, I think it'd be fun and enjoyable just to get people's reaction.
Hmm.
Um, some have said is raw.
Yeah.
Um, I'm like, yeah, it's it's raw,
Hmm.
edgy,
Yeah.
and is real, which is what I. But it provides hope,
Exactly.
which is everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean that's what. I mean, some people talk about they can only get so far because they were in tears. So
Yeah. And it probably you got trigger words, trigger situations
hmm
that you had that was so similar to them, and it just triggers that. I've seen it in my lifetime, especially on a job where certain things just triggered people. The human body is never forgets and never ever forgets. You know, sort of like we have those human instincts that something traumatic had happened, and we kind of slow down our process and pay attention diligently.
you
So
yeah, you know what it is, Charlie. We hold so many things in us, and um, we hold, and sometimes purposely, and sometimes things we just happen to hold things,
hmm
and these things get stuck in your subconscious, and you really got to go in and work to bring them up,
yeah,
or just be, some people would say self-aware and all that, and that's why I wrote a lot. I talked a lot about that. This is why when you go to chapter 5,
hmm
It's really when I started. And see, um, you should probably grab the book.
I got it.
See, when you go into chapter 5, when you first read that first line, what did you think when it says, "What if I told you"? What were you thinking?
Hmm.
Like when you read that,
What if I told you?
what did you think was coming from that?
Um, what if I told you I'm not doing all right? What if I told you, yeah, that's what I would think. Because you are a man that says, I'm okay, I'm all right, I'm
Yeah,
making it,
yeah.
and
So
so go
that's
ahead.
when, that's when it said this. When I wrote, "What if I told you?" Just to kind of it was catching people's attention.
Hmm.
Because I mean, you think about, I mean, chapter 4 was pretty damn sad.
Yeah.
Um, chapters chapter 1 was acknowledgement. Chapter 2 was brutal. Chapter 1 was all the way up was kind of brutal. All the way up to 5. When I think about it, we can kind of maneuver around that each week and kind of whatever you really want to talk about.
Um,
Uh,
Kim Berger says, which is my cousin, my beautiful
uh,
cousin. The book is still available. It's That's the cover of it, and it's on Amazon.
can you put the link,
Amazon.com.
Charlie?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the link now. I just wanted
You
to
grab
show
it,
her a
and
picture.
I'll keep talking.
All right.
Um, So, yeah, chapter 5, when I started, what if I told you? Because I was going deep into how I was feeling and just kind of just things around it and all that. Kind of really diving deep into what I was feeling, how I was feeling, and kind of the why I was feeling that way. And I really wanted to, what if I told you? This is how I started to climb out of the ashes. And I want to walk you through it with the honesty, heart, and humanity you deserve, not in a preachy, perfect, or polished way, which I put that in there purposely because I reiterate this throughout that I'm not trying to tell anybody how to manage grief or however you go about it is however you go about it.
Hmm.
I'm trying to give you a view that this is something that helped me. I went from a sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight, to parasympathetic or working in that direction. And then I had to make the conscious choice that I shared with you, Charlie, before. Um, I had to make a conscious choice where I want to live and keep moving forward. And that's kind of like when you have this high level of sadness and you know your body's not in a good place, you really start going in a different direction. So, um, I went and I go into the techniques, and it's from a neuro linguistic programming experience.
Hmm.
Um, and
Explain that for me.
so neuro linguistic program is it's a way a lot is it's really coach modality speak,
Okay.
meaning it's kind of the neuroscience behind all that goes into things that coaches use to get somebody from here to there,
Yes.
and that's kind of the some would call the pseudoscience behind it. A lot of therapists use this from the and they call it NLP, which is neuro
Mhm.
linguistic program, and I go into the tools. Like I said, some of these I stumbled upon, some some I use, some I wrestle with, some I resisted, but every one of them helped me shift. They're really I would say inch by inch, barely surviving to slowly reclaiming myself. That's the part where I was sharing. Um, you make this conscious decision where you're going to go and how you're going to get there.
Yeah. It's now.
Yeah, it's not. And again, I said on here clearly, it isn't about theory; it's about action. So this is
Mhm.
why I put all these. I put them in any. I put those tools in there, and then at the end we'll talk about that afterwards. But the tool number one, the reason why I put that number one is because that was a tool that helped me out probably the most. Because with this tool, tap into your inner child, which is always a safe place. This is the place where you, as a younger child, you were very impressionable. You were innocent in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, we tap back to that playful side of us. It makes all the difference. You think about it. Some people talk about, well, he's just, or she's just a big kid. Yeah, and how do they feel doing those things? Some people would say tap into the inner child could be something that you do for yourself. You ask, some people were asking me, what am I going to do to celebrate being an author? And I'm like, it's still, it's hit me in some ways. It hasn't fully hit me because I was talking to this person an hour ago. She was a hypnotist.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, shit, you're an author." I said, "Yeah, I guess I am." But it doesn't hit me like on everyday thing. Like, yeah, I am an author. It's kind of cool. Concept of being an author.
You sure are. You sure are. Kim, that link is in the comment section. I got it on the screen right now, but it's on the comment section. And
thank you, Charlie.
Yeah. The that inner child. It's a good experience. I like to, especially with the grandkids. They put me in that spot, that place.
Don't they? Just the kid. When I ran preschools out here for 8 years, man, that I just love. First, I love to hear children speak. There's a level of innocence and humility too, and it is a vibration around children speaking, their tones and their frequencies around there. Yeah. It's amazing, man. And so
sure is.
I went back to one of my schools about a month ago. I had the best time just hearing the children.
Oh, that's nice. How many people still work at that school?
Oh,
that you were your colleagues?
About 20 some, but my district had about 400 and some people.
Okay.
That was probably the best job I had.
Yeah. It's that's a book in itself. Imagine just sitting in the classroom and just gathering everything that's said by students.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, and just kind of Bill Cosby had it right when he had that kids show that kids say the darnest thing,
Don't they?
And it just they come out with some amazing things. I think later on Steve Harvey took it over along with a few others, but that was a great show and a great idea, great concept.
Can I read something from this tab?
Yes, of course.
One of my most powerful practices I learned was reconnecting with the inner child. This isn't just a coaching buzzword. It's going back to the part to yourself that knew joy before trauma, the playful, silly, soft, vulnerable, and the life often teaches us to hide. I started tapping into that child again, that energy, and most importantly, I created a safe space for that part of me to exist. Feeling safe is essential to healing. When your nervous system is constantly in fight or flight, you can't process grief or even receive joy. So I put that in there because once I really discovered that's what's going on. But man, I love that part of really tapping into the child, and it kind of goes into what I was just saying. Grief activates the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. And that's really detrimental to ourselves, being in that space, because it causes chronic stress in our bodies. So,
yeah, it's maybe it's a weird question, but what's your favorite chapter?
Haha. Well, something was in my eye. Oh gosh. Um, when I think about probably the acknowledgments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like the 15-day planner. Of course, the acknowledging of Chris will probably be up there, but man, everything, every every chapter, I poured my soul into something on here. So, and the acknowledgments was all about sharing my love with people. I mean,
Um. Yeah. It's
what's your
that,
favorite so far?
me. It's. I'm not finished, so I can't say right now.
Hmm.
And if you want to say so far, I just like the. It's. How can I put this? I like the book in general. I can't say a favorite right now because as I was reading, it seems like the chapters of one leads. It's a better than the next one. I mean,
Yeah,
better than the first one.
yeah, it was going through. I'm gonna step
Yeah.
away, keep talking for a second. I'm gonna get something on my eye.
Okay. All right. So, but everyone, I just really highly recommend. Um, and I'm always saying that Marvin's one of my favorite people of all time. He just he it's an instant connection between him and I, and to see him go through all this and actually you know end up taking this book, and it was an idea, and it becomes something that's concrete and in his hand, accessible to all of us. So I highly recommend that you go to Amazon. The title is actually on the bottom screen. It's actually tickering on the bottom. Unpacking Grief, Shattered to Onward by Marvin David Speller. Amazon.com. That's where you can get it. And as the book is being published, what also happens is a lot of different other companies, stop picking up the book, like Goodreads and so on and so forth. So, but I highly recommend that, go get the book, read it. Always very, very important that, after you read it, to give a review of the book. The more reviews, the better. And I think if you own a book, you should give a review. I should practice what I preach because I have tons of books. But you know what? I haven't got to all of them. It's this podcast has made it, my bookshelf fill up relatively quickly, only because I had a lot of authors on this podcast, and well, on my podcast in general, not this one. And so I think it's a great thing, and check it out, Amazon.com.
Thank you, Charlie.
Marvin, I don't know if you have something, but I have a question for you. So if you
Yeah,
have
please.
something to say, why don't
No,
you?
go ahead. I always have plenty to say, but please share any
Okay,
questions you have, please.
all right. Let's address this comment by Kim. It says thanks, just ordered it. Can so
Thank
relate.
you.
Can't wait to read
Thank you
it.
so much.
Kudos to Marvin for having the courage and care to share. Yes, and she speaks the truth. Great. Would love to see Kim and talk to her more about this after she reads the book. So Kim, when you do that, read that book. Knowing you, you're probably gonna go through a lot of ups and downs and emotion while you're reading this book. But if you can, you know, later on, talk to Marvin and I, or at least fill out a review and just tell them, hey, do you mind talking about my review on the podcast? And that way we can go ahead and talk about it. Um, Marvin, my question to you is, all right, uh, if it was with you standing in front of a mirror
Hmm.
and you have your book and you're talking to yourself,
Hmm.
what do you say to yourself about your book? This is a conversation between you and the man in the mirror. What are you
Mm.
telling the man in the mirror about your book? and how you feel about the book that you just wrote.
I would say, at that point, I feel like my subconscious would be speaking,
Hmm.
and it would say, "You're going to help millions of people, no matter what, even if it may not be today. Um, it will continue to impact many, because you wrote it from your heart, and
Hmm.
it's not, I wouldn't try to go here and compare to what other books are. I know what I've read, the
Hmm.
books I've read, and what I research. I didn't feel it was trying to get people from here to there.
Yeah.
My mindset is always thinking that it's like, how do you provide value to have people go from here to there?
Hmm.
I think that's incredibly important because I think people need it, and the impact that can happen for people is everything. Um, yeah, and so when you ask that question, I was just perusing through the book. Um, my favorite part is I would still be has to be chapter one.
Hmm.
And I wrote in there, you know, the man in ashes,
Yep.
talking about how it knocked me off my feet and all that stuff. And then I go into some acknowledgement there, and then the chapter two is important because it really gets people to understand. To understand chapter two, will understand why there's a book
Hmm.
and what I was feeling when I was going through the whole event, and then just my intent. You would understand me a little bit more. And I think it's an opportunity for people to come forward and just share who they are because everybody has these redeeming qualities about them, but a lot of times we don't know. A lot of times we hear from people, "I didn't know that about so and so,"
Hmm.
and everybody's got a book, man. Everybody's got a book in them. So, but that whole chapter one, man, this is where I rewrote this chapter so many times. I added some, took some out, and I wanted to, highlight your culture, Charlie.
Hmm. I've seen
Uh,
that.
yeah, chapter one, it goes into your culture.
It
Your community is vibrant, known for its culture, resilience, music, and tight knit family bonds. That reminds me a lot of folks here in America. That type of culture. You
Hmm.
guys brought that culture. Yeah, I talk about how much Kristen embodied this. Um, love their culture, and then just the main thing about her dissolving the illusion of separation. That whole thing is like you felt you were like as one being around her,
Hmm. Yeah.
and so that's what I'm
Second.
saying. That was her gift. That
I
illusion.
second that all the way around.
Yeah.
She the and her every conversation she had, she always made sure that there was her pride in for her culture,
Hmm.
and where
Absolutely.
she always made sure that she was speaking as a Cape Verdean,
Yep.
and so when you left, you would say things and say, "Wow, Cape Verdean people are special," just based on her conversation. Um, and even at the times where we may talk about something going on, as far as Cabo Verde and its people, and maybe it led to a negative conversation that her and I might have talked about. Um, with that negative conversation would last just a few minutes, and we would switch it up. She would switch it up to highlight something positive,
Right.
um, about exactly what I was talking about,
Hmm.
what she was talking about. She would just switch it. And that's one thing I like there is to shed some sunshine, even when something is dark and and maybe getting you a little unhappy. She would switch it around
Hmm.
and have us refocus on the good energy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's it's the thing that I tried to pour into this chapter was that what distinguished her amongst many
Hmm.
was that love for you to be when you're around her, and that's everything.
Yeah.
And you know, when I think about her, just her compassion for others was just off the charts. I mean,
Yeah.
we met talking across from one another about things we're doing to try to help people out. I mean, you think about that first time you go on a date with somebody, you're not talking about that.
Hmm.
You're talking about your qualities that would make that other person like you or not,
Yeah.
because you have a motive. Think about that. In your first date, what'd you talk about?
Ooh. Well, the first date with Michelle was just talking about slice of pizza and uh, and knowing that that's where we were leading. Everyone pretty much in the city was leading in that direction, and so being at a place, having drinks.
Hmm.
She was dancing. I didn't dance too much,
Right.
and and then we would lead to the neighborhood pizza place.
That's great.
And
Well,
so that was the conversation, and then it became something kind of routine.
right.
I would, as I seen her during the weekend, and say it again. And
Wow. Did y'all talk
nothing.
about Patriots?
Huh?
Did y'all talk about the Patriots?
Well, she's a diehard 49er fan, man. So
Oh man.
there was
Back
you
then, you
know
were losing a lot of those conversations because your team was.
yeah, she was definitely on point. And but now she pretty much knows more of the Patriot players than actually 49ers players. Only because I'm always watching it. But she's a huge football fan, so that's one thing that I did right is I picked a woman that can sit and watch football with me and understand things
That's
about it.
cool.
Yeah, yeah,
That was beyond cool.
yeah.
And so yeah, and so I love to hear that. And that's kind of what I try to sprinkle in here. What made me love her so much is like I want to read this one chapter. She often called herself the Phoenix. It wasn't just a nickname; it was a declaration. Kristen identified deeply with the mythology of the Phoenix, a
Hmm.
being that rises reborn from its own ashes. She saw her life, her struggles, her triumphs, her healing as a constant cycle of breaking and becoming. I have her plaque that reads, "The Phoenix, in times of death and confusion, it symbolizes strength, transformation, and revival.
Hmm.
From and from the ashes of own, you can rise up to become who you used to be."
Yeah,
So
it's
the plaque
it's
rings, man. So you see, I got one behind me.
hmm yeah, that section of the chapter just inspired the two latest songs that I wrote. Put both your pictures on it. Um, just to symbolize why that song was written and then later produced through the app. Suno was based on exactly what you just read, um, and rising up and the phoenix, and it just so those are inspired those two different songs, and I was very happy to do it, and
That's great. Thank
so I actually had to put the book down because that writing was in my head and I had to get it out of here. I had to get it out of my head. So I had to put the book down to go ahead and write that. The That was crazy. That book came so quick, man. Amazon is crazy. I ordered it and I'm like, you know, next day or two it's on my step, just
Mhm.
crazy. So I thought it was something else. I didn't expect it to be the book already, and it was. And not reading and knowing the delivery, I just didn't look at it. I just ordered the book. So
Right.
mm,
That's great, man. Um, so yeah, that was that was chapter one. Really,
yeah.
um, goes into people that were impressionable on her, her culture, um, and just that whole that thing that made her what she was.
Mm,
Um, yeah, which is which was everything, you know.
mm-hmm.
Um, there's one thing else I wanted to share. Hold on. Yeah, it talked about and this makes more sense to me now. Um, it made kind of sense when she said it the first time, and I've heard this a lot lately when heard people talk about genders and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
she called herself, and that's on page 16. She called herself my helpmate,
Mm-hmm.
not in a traditional, but um, and that statement is significant because why do you think that's significant?
Hmm. Because I mean, she's willing to help. So, um, and now when you say mate, does it definitely have to just only include you or many people? Because
No,
she was
specific.
broad.
That's specific. So
Okay, all right,
that would be me.
okay.
She
So
couldn't be a helpmate to many.
yeah,
It would have to be towards me.
um, hmm,
I saw
uh,
that as acknowledging
yeah,
um, acknowledging the fact that I'm support,
yeah,
which is incredibly important. We kind of live in a society now that's kind of about me. People say me, but when you
hmm,
think about helpmate, that goes beyond that. So, but I want to go back to 5.
okay,
We got about 15 minutes. I want to go through the tools. Um, we'll wrap this up next week. So we'll talk about the inner child. In each tool, I talk about going into action.
hmm,
So you tap into your inner child, kind of goes into that. Then I talk about tap into play, doing different things, dance, laugh. You know how much I love the laughter thing.
yeah,
How many
yeah.
laughs you have today, Charlie?
Let's see. I had being around Chops Turner during the podcast and Eldrick, and I laughed a good 30 times today.
That's great, man.
And there was just one thing after another, and uh, but that was about 30 I had easily. And then a good friend of mine, one of my better friends in life, he comes in, and that makes it's crazy how that podcast just came out. And
That's great.
a supervisor came, and I was happy to see him after not seeing him about a year and a half, 2 years, probably a year.
Mhm.
Um, and then one of my good friends comes in. He just happened to just be there, and then he starts cracking jokes. So definitely laughter was part of that early morning podcast, and it
That's
started
great.
my day off right.
That's great. What time did y'all start?
10 a.m. Eastern time every day, every Wednesday rather, and I do it right after I'm done with work, and it was great. It's one thing about a coffee shop is just I love it.
You got good coffee though too.
Yeah, 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 definitely
Was it good
good.
coffee?
Yeah, it was.
What?
Honeydew is something I like. Actually, I like Dunkin', but Honeydew is great. I mean, one of your first initial spots with Kristen was Starbucks. I cannot drink Starbucks. I tried.
Wow.
It just doesn't appeal. The taste, something. There's something about it.
Is it too heavy?
Yeah, I think it's too dark and heavy for me. And
Yeah, and she was the same way. We always liked coffee that was um thicker and richer.
hmm yeah,
It's kind of like if you're gonna feed a whole bunch of warriors, right?
yeah,
Other coffees remind me of like throwing a Cornish hen in front of them. You know how small those are, right?
yeah, yeah.
I put a big giant bird in front of them, man. So Starbucks is like that bolder, that thicker, deeper, richer coffee. This is why I love the
Mhm.
Starbucks and Pete's coffee. Other
Yeah.
coffee houses are a little bit too watered down.
Mhm. Mhm.
I worked 10 years in Starbucks too. That matters as well.
Okay, I get it. Well, you acquired that taste then, you know.
Yeah, yeah, because you would do see you take them side by side like a Maxwell House and a Starbucks.
hmm
There's a big difference, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Hey, Jock.
yeah. Hey, that's my favorite teammate there. Um, he's supported me this morning. Here he is again. The man is
Thanks for joining.
definitely.
Appreciate
And by the way, Jack, you went to our class reunion, and I wasn't there again. But I want to tell you, man, you look good, man. Whatever you're doing, you look good. You look beautiful, and
it. He's probably
keep.
drinking Starbucks, Charlie.
Yeah, yeah. Knowing him, that's a grown African man. I know he is not drinking Starbucks, man.
Hey, man.
He's he's probably actually I don't never remember seeing him with a coffee cup in his hand, so he probably doesn't drink it.
Hmm.
Um, the all right, so
So I'm gonna go to tool number 2: rewire your inner being.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why this is so key, and I'll paraphrase all this. I'm not gonna read every line, but um, there's just a bunch of noise that comes up when you're going through grief.
hmm
Grief. I coined this phrase, the grief creep. Just shows up uninvited,
yeah,
and you're just going through. You're like you're hearing these, not hearing voices, but you're hearing this self
yep. I'm
talk.
sorry about that noise.
That's okay. Self talk is really not that good. So,
And now, when you talk about noise, hearing the noise, right? Um,
it's like steals your peace. It
okay, all
it's
right,
like
okay,
fragile state, um, self doubt, all that stuff pops up. Or the what ifs and all that stuff pops up. And it could be just anything. It could be a song you heard, it could be a smell, it could be anything, and it just pops up and it just comes from the not so good place.
hmm
Yeah.
understandable.
So I put in here, yeah, slides in quietly, undermine your confidence, stealing your peace, and planting doubt when you're already fragile. Yes, you're very fragile at that point. But awareness is power, and once you know it's there, I knew I had to take control. I leaned into my inner child. I knew I had to rewire and my emotional state. I created affirmations, not surface level mantras, but deep emotional re- rehabilitators. Words that reminded me who I really was, words that pointed me towards who I was becoming. Affirmations aren't fluff; they're weapons. They affirm the state you want to be, and that's it about affirmations. You affirm something. That's what
Hmm.
affirmations are. And it's really just a beginning. It's a tool about reprogramming yourself into your best version. I think affirmations are everything, um, because that becomes your truth at some point, not some
Yes.
crap that you already got stuck in your head. So, and 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 some of the things I talked about here, ways to rewire your mind, which just a better place. Mirror self-talk. Even if you say I love you to yourself, that helps. I believe in you. I'm proud of you. If you said that to yourself constant, whether it's audible or internally, or even if you made a recording of that and played,
Hmm.
it starts to make your insides dance a little bit more. High five yourself in the mirror. Yeah, this does sound a little silly. It definitely works. Celebrate your existence. Practice gratitude. Take time each day to acknowledge what you still have. Charlie, this is the thing where if someone reaches out to me and either wants to talk or hey, I got this book. I'm gonna reach back out to you because I'm very grateful for just that you getting that one book. It means
Mm.
a lot, right?
Yeah.
So this is why I got to connect with people, and it actually feels good to connect with people.
Yes, I agree.
And I think with gratitude, when you're doing different things of gratitude, right? You get to be you get to be easy on yourself. Just be easy. Spend time with close family or trusted friends. You know, if you can't initiate, ask them to schedule. Hey, sometime, hey, let's do this. You know what I mean? Um, act as if, which is probably the most powerful. Visualize and mentally rehearse your future. See the life you want. Rehearse it before bed. Let your body feel it. That's that may be the most powerful thing I wrote in this, and it's for tool too. Act as if is very
Mm.
important. Imagine if you wanted to do something that was so impactful, but before you went to bed every night, you visualize it. You got to a very calm state, and you visualize that as if it's happened,
Mm.
as if you're living it. Just like when you walk out every day, Charlie, you walk out that door playing that role as a person. But what if you play the role of a place and state you wanted to be? Because at some point, when you act as if, it's gotta come to life. Think about when you were. How long were you a police officer?
30 years.
Okay. What are some other jobs in that city
Mm.
that service jobs?
All of the medical field, doctors, nurses, um, EMTs, fire,
Yeah.
social work,
When you
abundance of
when you
social work.
when you walked out that door every day to be a police officer, you were wearing that veil of being a police officer. You didn't walk out that door as a firefighter. You walked out that door as a police officer every day.
Hmm. Yeah, it's true.
So, I mean, you think about sometimes we're put into situations where we get to act as if we are something that's prescribed to us, right?
Yes.
Versus where we want to be. Like, um, I had to get to a place of acting as if I'm an author to be an author.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I saw myself as releasing a book. And like I said, that part is the part of rewiring your inner being. all those bullet points are magnificent, but that one thing is acting as if is probably the one of the most powerful. And I put an example in here where I've told you many times of how I believe, and I reinforce this all the time. This reinforcement and affirming it. No matter what, all will continue to unfold perfectly for me. Love that.
Yes.
And like I said on here, make your own affirmation. Before bed, repeat it. Waking up in the morning. But it imprints in your subconscious when you do it just before sleep. Because that's the part where you are most impressionable in your subconscious.
Yeah.
That's the theta waves. I don't know if you ever heard of that. That's your theta brain waves where you're most impressionable by that. So
sleep is very important. And doing it before sleep makes it, I don't know, the body absorbs so much more. I mean, it takes on stuff throughout the day, but when you're sleeping, it's kind of rejuvenate you, putting you back where you belong. After that maybe exhausting day. So I truly think that doing that is definitely the right time to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Want to say, Jack, you was always there for me, just like you say I'm there for you. I truly, truly admire you, and I appreciate you.
Is it Jack or Jock?
We call him Jack.
Okay.
And then, but Jock's his true government name.
Okay.
Okay,
I refer.
But we call him Jack, Big Jack, and you know what? He was just a tremendous dude. I hear not only on the football team, basketball team, he was that same person, no matter what team he was on. And he later on became a team player for where he worked. Society, everyone talked good about him. So he's that dude, Yeah, very, very reliable.
Cool.
You look out your window and you see someone walking up your walkway unexpectedly, and you see them, and you say, "Oh, my God, my friend is coming to visit us."
Instead of yelling around the house, "Hey, everybody, be quiet."
Nah, he's unbelievable. I hope I was a great football fan too, and way back to the Houston Oilers. That now he's a Tennessee Titan fan. So the coach, I truly anticipate our day here on this podcast every week, and you just added to it by writing this book and allowing us to read your journey, and I can't wait to hear some other journeys.
No, thank you.
And I can't wait.
We'll go through the next 3 tools.
Yep.
And then if you have any questions about the chapters, please bring the questions. And then maybe in a couple of weeks, we'll bring people on.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just talk shop.
Cool.
Just questions have come up about the book.
Yeah. It's as you see them, just kind of record them somewhere.
Okay.
And if you can, send them to me.
Okay.
That way, I'll put it right in the studio, and that way, it's already. It's just a click of the button; it will show on the screen like I've done in the past.
Okay.
And we can get those out. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. I am honored and grateful for you. Honored and grateful for the Lord giving us this podcast. And I'm also grateful for all the people that are watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
Yeah, me too.
So But I'm gonna create some shorts on this video. It's gonna be amazing. I could tell right now.
Okay.
And I'll share it on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
All right.
All
Well,
right. Thanks, my brother. Appreciate I appreciate you supporting the book, buying the book. I appreciate your review. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. I can't wait to finish it all up. It's very, very important to me. So,
Yeah, and I can't wait to get out there and do some book signings.
Yeah, we're gonna do that right. Actually, even if you know, Taunton is the place you want to be, for the book signing, that's fine. You know,
I go anywhere. It doesn't matter, and that's the part I'm building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part I'm building. So just
we get
get out here and talk to people. Really, that's what it's about.
Cool. But whatever you do, whatever book signing you do, I like to add to it and do another one in my hometown here in New Bedford, Massachusetts. So
that'd be cool. Maybe we can go to the coffee shop.
Yeah, definitely. It's not too far away. And Walter's a good dude. The owner of the place, he's just awesome.
What's his name?
So, Walter Moniz.
Okay.
Moniz.
Is he Cape Verdean?
Nope, Portuguese. Very, very. I known him. Well, got to be 30 years, maybe.
Wow. Do you have any Cape Verdean owned coffee shops there?
We have restaurants. As far as coffee shops, no.
Okay.
But we will,
I'd like to do something in a Cape Verdean joint.
Yeah.
I still want to show love to the community.
Yeah, there's one right now. We could do something right at the Lighthouse Tavern that has food, beverage, good surrounding. But yeah, that's I was trying to do something there in the next month or so, but things got canceled. So no, that's where I would go. That's where I would do it.
Yeah, you got what, 2 months, and then not even that. You got what, month and a half. Then you got to push it to what, April.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So.
All right, brother.
All right, my
brother. Take care. I love you. Call me if you need me. Hit me up. All right.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Thank you, and have a good night. God bless everyone out there. And if you're struggling, and sometimes you got to lose yourself, please join us on the podcast. And if you're a private person, inbox myself or Marvin on Facebook and explain the situation to us, and just talk. I mean, I might not be going what you're going through. Marvin might not be going through what you're going through, but there's similarities in everybody's love and grief. So, talk it out. It's very, very important. All right, Marvin, take care, brother. I will see you next week.
Yeah.
And if you hit the Powerball, don't forget me.
Yeah.
I'll never get lost. I can be your driver. GPS will get me anywhere.
There you go, right?
All right, man.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Take care. Bye-bye.